Hello everyone, welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest. Today, we're diving into a new and intriguing storyline surrounding Rafe, one of Days of Our Lives' most beloved characters. After a long and emotional journey, Rafe has finally woken up from his coma. However, things are far from normal, and what happens next is bound to leave everyone in Salem reeling. The question on everyone's mind is, has Rafe lost his memory? This is a common twist in Salem, and it seems Rafe might not be the exception this time around. Let's explore how this dramatic story is unfolding and what it means for everyone involved. As viewers watched in anticipation, Rafe's eyes slowly opened, and the room was filled with a mix of emotions. There was relief, fear, and confusion all at once. Rafe, now sitting upright in his hospital bed, looked around the room with a cold and suspicious gaze. His expression was guarded, as though he couldn't trust the people standing in front of him. It was immediately clear that something wasn't right. The Rafe we know was missing, replaced by a man who seemed lost and disoriented, unsure of his surroundings or the faces around him. What made this moment even more chilling was the lack of recognition in Rafe's eyes. There was no spark of familiarity when he looked at his fiancée, Jada, or his sister, Gabi. Both women had been anxiously waiting for Rafe to wake up, clinging to hope that everything would return to normal once he opened his eyes. But now, the reality of the situation hit them like a ton of bricks. Instead of joy, their faces were marked with worry and fear. The man they loved and cared for didn't seem to know who they were, and worse, he seemed to view them with suspicion. Rafe's reaction wasn't filled with confusion, as one might expect from someone suffering from amnesia. No, his expression carried something much darker, doubt and anger. It was as if he felt threatened by the people in the room, even though they were his closest loved ones. This wasn't the warm, loving Rafe that viewers had come to know over the years. Something had changed, and not for the better. Jada, who had been by his side throughout his coma, looked devastated. The man she loved, the man she was supposed to marry, didn't even recognize her. Instead of the joyful reunion she had imagined, she was met with cold, empty eyes that didn't hold the slightest trace of their shared history. Her heart broke as she realized that Rafe might not remember their love, their plans, or their future together. How do you rebuild a relationship when the person you love no longer knows who you are? Gabi, Rafe's fiercely protective sister, was equally shaken. She had fought hard to keep her brother alive, and now that he was awake, the nightmare seemed far from over. Gabi's connection to Rafe had always been strong, but in this moment, she felt helpless. How could her brother not recognize her? She had expected tears of joy, a tight embrace, and the relief that everything would be okay. But instead, she stood frozen in disbelief, wondering if she had lost her brother forever, even though he was right in front of her. As Rafe's cold gaze shifted between Jada and Gabi, the tension in the room became unbearable. Neither woman knew how to respond. Should they speak? Should they comfort him? Or would that make things worse? It was clear that Rafe was not only confused but angry. But why? Was he angry because he didn't know who he was? Or was there something deeper at play? Could it be that Rafe's amnesia was affecting more than just his memory, altering his entire personality? The situation leaves viewers with endless questions. Is Rafe suffering from complete amnesia? Has he forgotten everything about his life, his loved ones, and his own identity? Or is there something more sinister happening? Could Rafe's amnesia be the result of something more than just his coma? Perhaps there's a darker force at work, something that has changed Rafe at his core. For Jada and Gabi, The pain of this moment is overwhelming. They are left standing in front of someone they love deeply, but who no longer knows or trusts them. The road ahead is uncertain, and it's clear that this will not be an easy journey for either of them. Will Jada be able to help Rafe remember their love? Will Gabi find a way to reconnect with her brother? Or is the man they once knew gone forever? As viewers, we are left on the edge of our seats, waiting to see how this gripping storyline unfolds. Will Rafe's memory return, or will he remain a stranger to the people who love him most? And if he does remember, will he still be the same Rafe, or will this experience leave lasting scars on his mind and heart? One thing is for sure, this storyline is far from over, and the drama in Salem is only just beginning. Stay tuned, because the twists and turns in Rafe's story are sure to keep everyone guessing. Could this be the beginning of a new chapter in his life, or the end of the one we